You going to join me tonight? Second. Yep. Okay. Do the heavy lifting. Okay.
I started early. I said, you want to start it early. It's delicate.
Meeting of the Isabella County Board of Commissioners regular meeting to order.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Present.
Commissioner Engler,
Present.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Present.
Commissioner Horton,
Present.
Commissioner Hope. All present, Mr. Chairman, except for Commissioner Jazinski.
I did speak with Commissioner Jelzinski on the phone between the meetings, and he said he feels fine. So that's good. Item number 3 is approval of agenda. We'll have general public comments, presentations and special reports. We have none. Appointments to boards and commissions. We have none. Consent agenda. Is there anything anyone would like removed from the consent agenda for further discussion? Hearing nothing, move on to committee reports. Finance and Administration Committee.
Commissioner Horton here. Finance Administration Committee is all set, Mr. Chairman.
And item B, Criminal Justice and County Affairs.
Engler, Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee is all set, Mr. Chairman.
And item C, Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
Human Resources and Public Works Committee is all set, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Commissioner Marino.
Item D is Intergovernmental Affairs, which we have none. Item E is Administrative Controller Issues, which we have none. Unfinished business, we have none. New business, we have none. And then we will have general public comment again and announcements and then adjournment. So is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We have an agenda. And now it's time for general public comment. Would anyone like to make general public comment? That's okay.
I am Kelly Fountain. I live in Mount Pleasant. I sent you guys, or I sent him an email to share. I don't know if you got the email today.
I think that was myself. Jim Horton.
Anyway, I just wanted to know, is our county in a state of emergency? And if it is, what kind of emergency is it under? Is it under the COVID or a different emergency? And how long are you going to keep the emergencies going? I know that you're supposed to have, I think, 7 days, and then you have to revisit it and then to see if, and then it expires. So I know that I think it was last October Whitmer's power from the Supreme Court has taken away that power of the emergency from, so we are not in a state of emergency anymore. And according, I did look it up just by all the states, and we are not in a state of emergency. I have to double check. But anyway, I know with an emergency comes a lot of monies and things like that. So I just wanted to know how long we're going to keep it, our area in a state of emergency. Thanks.
Hello, Brian Mogenberg. So just in recapping earlier, I had spoke about state of emergency, the masking policy, and reviewing ventilation. I still would like to see those three things addressed. And I'm going to give you the reason, ventilation, I already did that, but I'm going to give you the reason that I would like to see the state of emergency addressed, as well as the masking policy. Number one, so hopefully if public's listening, they can also hear this and understand this. The August 6, 2021 press release was for the mask mandate. And at that time, Margaret McAvoy was the county administrator and controller, and her number was 989-621-7352. This hasn't been renewed since our new county administrator, Frost, took on. And her phone number, in case anyone wants to know, because it's not current on the website, is 989-317-4053. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is the local state of emergency. So since March 17th, 2020, for maybe some of you might not even know, we have been in a state of emergency, and that was extended on December 15th of 2020. Now, a state of emergency is not something that's to be taken lightly. That's not just a term that gets thrown out there like, hey, we're in a state of emergency, everybody do a chicken dance or whatever it happens to be. A state of emergency actually has certain criteria that go along when you declare that, and there's certain actions and forces that take place when that's declared. So based on a state of emergency, when there's a declaration of that, that would activate an emergency management team. And the job of that team is to mitigate against, plan for, respond to, and recover from. And in order to make sure that that happens appropriately, there's actually a law, and I'm referring to the Emergency Management Act, Act 390 of 1976. And I will make sure to follow up and send you this information because I think you're going to want it. And I think it's especially important because when you realize that litigation has happened across the state, Kelly just mentioned there is the governor's powers that were receded and they can't go beyond 28 days. The health department, that law was just severed. So again, it's the Emergency Management Act 390 of 1976. Now, in regards to this, I'm going to go to it's 30.410 section 10. And this refers to declaring a local or state emergency with the county commissioners. And in doing this, this power shall be vested in the chief executive official of the county or municipality or the official designated by charter and shall not be continued or renewed for a period in excess of 7 days. So again, this state of emergency and this mask mandate has gone on far past 7 days. And so I'm asking that this is revisited and you continually revisit it. And when you do, in revisiting it, you have a plan that falls under the Emergency Management Action Team that touches on all 4 of those topics. And so the public knows what the emergency threat is and what exact actions are being taken and how the money's being dispersed throughout the emergency. Again, I hope you can review all of those things. Thank you.
Thank you. Michelle, do we have anyone on the virtual side? Okay, then we'll move on to, we have no presentations and special reports. We have no appointments to boards and commissions. Consent agenda. Commissioner Hutchinson, would you read the consent agenda, please?
Sure. Commissioner Hutchinson. Motion reads, move to approve and place on file the December 21st, 2021 regular meeting minutes, the January 4th, 2022 organizational meeting minutes, the January 11th, 2022 Finance and Administration Committee meeting minutes, the January 11th, 2022 Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee meeting minutes, and the January 11th, 2021 Human Resources and Public Work Committee meeting minutes.
Support Marino.
Been moved and supported to approve the consent agenda. Roll call, please.
Hutchinson,
Yes.
Marino,
Yes.
Jazinski, Engler,
Yes.
Sweeney,
Yes.
Horton,
Yes.
Hope.
Yes,
We have 6 ayes and 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
thank you. Moves us down to committee reports, Finance and Administration Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First up, we have 4 invoices to discuss and an adjustment list. Motion, December 17th, move to ratify and place on file the December 17th, 2021 invoice list in the amount of $220,597.11. The December 24th, 2021 invoice list in the amount of $283,155.10. The December 31st, 2021 invoice list in the amount of $79,612. The January 7th, 2022 invoice list in the amount of $1,060,853.64. And the adjustment list dated January 13th, 2022.
Support Sweeney.
It's been moved and supported to approve the invoice lists and the adjustment list discussion.
As stated earlier, each commissioner receives these invoice lists ahead of time. We had a discussion in Finance Administration Committee on all 4 invoices, and also had a chance to review these in our business session earlier tonight. Real quickly, if I can find them in my personal work here, I'll go over some highlights. Each commissioner, each month, each time gets a list of all the invoices, and highlighted are the ones that are over $5,000. Not to waste a lot of time, but on the December 17th, the biggest one was solutions by the prosecuting attorney's office, which we had discussed in earlier meetings in 2021. I think he introduced it a couple times, finally found some money in the budget, found some other sources, and that bill was paid. December 24th, the big one was integrated architecture. Of course, we've been paying that very long since we decided to build the Sheriff's Department and Correctional Facility. Another one was the skid steer, which we had talked about in a tribal agreement. The December 31st, kind of a lighter as far as amounts and everything. Again, our Verizon wireless phone bill was there. 7,000 plus group in the state of Michigan for only the Register of Deeds would appreciate, and then myself also. 4th quarter tax collection transmittal. Never thought I'd appreciate the Register of Deeds until I got back to practicing. And then January 7th, quite a big list. That was one I kind of choked on. $1 million plus on the list. That was we had some renewables, the HATS contract on that. We had a monthly medical examiner contract. Again, Central Dispatch had quite a large upgrade. Drains had got big dollar amounts. Commissioner Engler went into quite a detailed and very lively discussion on the Baylor project repairs in our business session today, explaining those. And then the treasurer has payments. And then as far as the adjustment list goes, that was the consumers, the city, and Gordon Food. So nothing out of the ordinary on that.
Very good. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, clerk Fox, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes,
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
thank you.
Thank you. Next up is the fiscal year 2021 cost allocation plan. Motion reads, move to approve addendum number 2 to the agreement between Isabella County and MGT of America Consulting LLC for the preparation of the county's fiscal year 2021 cost allocation plan in the amount of $12,000, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support Sweeney.
Moved and supported to support the fiscal year 2021 cost allocation plan. Discussion.
This is an addendum number 2 to year number 3 of agreement that we entered into with MGT of American Consulting for our cost allocation plan. The reason why we have a cost allocation plan, one of the reasons, it's a requirement of the county to submit a cost allocation plan by September 30th of each year to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Office of Child Support. The cost allocation plan is prepared annually by an outside firm to accurately account for the allocation of actual expenditures of central services across benefiting funds and departments as a sound basis for applying indirect costs. So roughly, that's what that is. Just monitors indirect costs that we pull out. Anything with child support and other things that we have a sound basis. And this entity here that we're approving the contract with is the third year of a plan that we went out 2 years ago and sought bid. The best bid, according to Nicole, Commissioner Administrator Controller Frost. She's been very pleased with this, and it looks like if we can sign this tonight, what we're going to use it for, but this is the last year and final year of the contract. And also use this for other things too, some of our budget help and everything like that. This cost allocation plan is kind of used to help with that too. So it's used for just more than the purpose I described.
Absolutely. And it's nice that we had that option to renew at the same price. So we've gotten the service for 3 years at the same initial cost, which is nice. Any further discussion? Okay, Clerk Lux, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, thank you, Clerk Lux.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the work of the Finance Administration Committee. It's been a hard road to hoe tonight without Commissioner Jelazinski, and I wish him the best and can't wait to see him back next week.
Brings us down to criminal justice and county affairs.
Mr. Chairman, Hope 2022 CESF grant contract trial court. Motion reads, consider approving the 2022 coronavirus emergency supplemental funding grant contract between Michigan State Police and Isabella County Trial Court in the amount of $1,210 and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Been moved and supported to approve the 2022 CESF grant contract with the trial court. Discussion.
Well, trial court administrator Carrie Curtis joined us earlier at the work session, and she had described that they had applied for this grant and in the amount of $71,000 plus. Unfortunately, we were only awarded $1,210. I guess we'll take it, any money we can get to go towards our PPE supplies over there. We're gonna require a lot of people coming in and out of that building. But anyway, there was about $10 million in grant requests, and most of that money went to trial courts that weren't doing as well as ours.
That's a good sign that we didn't need as much of that money because we don't have a backlog.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Any further discussion? Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Clerk Lux. And that brings us down to, excuse me, does that complete?
That ends the business of the Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
Thank you. Which brings us to Human Resources and Public Works.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have one item only. It's the 2022 Demand Response Customer Agreement with Consumers Energy. The motion reads, move to approve the 2022 Demand Response Customer Agreement with Consumers Energy for the period of June 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2024, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve the 2022 Demand Response Customer Agreement with Consumers Energy. Discussion.
Commissioner Marino, Consumers Energy is soliciting their customers that have generator backup capabilities to join their demand response program in the event that Consumer Energy experiences a power supply issue as a participant in the demand response program. And we would be asked to run our generators at the Commission on Aging and at the Sheriff's Office Jails facility instead of using power from the grid. That's when during this time period is when there could be increased demand for energy. And that's why they have this. It's generally during the summer when the energy demand peaks due to cooling needs. So there's only 2 facilities that continuously can provide backup to all the systems in their building, and that's the Commission on Aging and the jail facility. Those would be the ones that are impacted by the program. It's a 3-year program, 10 events maximum, and the deadline for this is Friday. Facility Director Steve Schumacher briefed us on this. We would get a one-time signing bonus of $1,695 to join the demand response program in 2022. We have the potential to receive an annual payment of $3,046.08, depending on how much electricity we consume. Any questions from the commissioners?
Any further discussion? Yeah, Commissioner Engler.
What generators usually should be run? It should be run at least once a year on the basis.
Thank you.
Good point. Any further?
Yeah, this is just Commissioner Hutchinson. This is a win-win. I mean, we get a little bit of money, start up the program, and and it doesn't look like that we usually get to those numbers anyway. So all good going forward.
Good points. Any further questions or comments? Okay, hearing nothing further, Clerk Lux, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sweeney,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Hutchinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler, Commissioner Hope.
Yes,
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
thank you, Clerk Lux.
That concludes the work of the Human Resources and Public Works Committee, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, gentlemen. Brings us down to intergovernmental affairs. We have none. We have no administrative controller issues, no unfinished business, no new business. Brings us down to general public comment. Anyone for general public comment? Got 3 more minutes. Oh. Michelle, is there anyone on the virtual side? Okay, very good. On to announcements. Any of the commissioners have any announcements?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
earlier in the evening, I talked briefly about kits and for people how to obtain them and where to go, and kind of gave a quick. And in the interim, between meetings, my daughter-in-law texted me and she sent me I shouldn't have said that. Sent a website. United States Postal Service is allowing people to order free and at-home test kits up to 9. The website is special.usps.com, and then you can either /test kits or special.usps.com, and that allows you to order. It looks like it orders 4 of them for you. I was a little confused when I did it. No surprise to no one, but I was looking for the amount, but it automatically populates. So all you do once you put up the information, you do checkout now. And according to the website, it's a limit of 1 order per residential address. 1 order includes 4 individual rapid antigen COVID-19 tests. And the last bullet point is orders will ship free starting January. Now, well, there you have it. Enough said on that. Even has a little picture of what it says. The image of the test is only representative. So, but there you go. It looks like it's now available online. If you can find it also at your local pharmacy or another contact person. I would not recommend it. Personal exchanges only. I would not try to buy it from someone selling out of the back of their trunk. People laugh at that, but I'm lecturing tomorrow night. Going to be on there is to my students at Ferris that is actually going to be talked about, how some of the drug laws have changed, and that was actually an issue quite a number of years ago with physician samples. People would just do a lot of changes, drugs out of their trunk, exchange and stuff and everything like that. So So, yeah, I digress sometime now.
Commissioner Horton, can you please say the website again so
Oh.
I can get it right?
Again, special.usps.com. I think that picks it up, but you can also try typing in /test kits. All one word. That may get it also, but if not, go to USPS.com and just type in COVID test kits and that'll get.
Thank you.
Really, they're friendly for me, so.
I ordered mine this afternoon and it took maybe a minute to order it, and click, and it's on its way. So, any further announcements? Okay, I don't see anyone's hand up.
Make a motion to adjourn the agenda.
Support.
That one you have to. Adjourn it. Business session, you call it the chair.
Oh, I said.
No, yeah, you should vote on it. That's okay.